parties, won't it?
It's 8:30 now. Parents who are already faced with the rising cost of living could soon be seeing higher childcare costs as nurseries struggle to cope with their own surging bills.
In fact, 2 surveys had found that around 4 in 10 of the 27,000 women who chose to take part were thinking of leaving their jobs because of the soaring cost of childcare. Of course, it affects fathers as well, all parents and carers. Zoe Conway has more.
Oh, whoa, look at that!
Charlie and Arlo are cooking up something very tasty at the Madcaps nursery in Market Deeping in Lincolnshire. The government funds children to be here for either 15 or 30 hours a week. The nursery says it works out at £4.50 per child per hour.
That money doesn't go up percentage-wise in relation to anything to do with inflation or anything. We're expected to pay wages, which have gone up, and the two don't marry at all. So for a nursery like ours, where we're generally looking after funded children, we're always running at a loss. So we're looking at ways to cut costs, and I'm afraid the biggest cost is staff wages, so that's very difficult.
In a survey for the Early Years Alliance, which represents preschool settings, nearly 1 in 3 of the providers who took part said they're running at a loss, and a majority said they'd be increasing their fees. But they don't want to do that here. Instead, Sue has decided not to pay herself a salary.
I can't pay the staff otherwise, and it seems the fairest thing to do.
That's pretty extraordinary, isn't it?
I love my job. I love the children. So there you go.
Because if you were paying yourself, what would the state of your finances be?
Impossible.
Well done, clever boy.
Tiffany Hurry gave up her job in a nursery to look after her baby. Now that Kieran is 1 year old, she'd love to go back part-time, but she can't afford to because there's no funding for children under the age of 2.
Our childcare costs would be ridiculous. We wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't be able to earn any money if I was to go back to work doing the job that I love. It would mean that I would be going back basically for free. I would be going back and not earning a wage. It would all be going on childcare. I think it's awful that we have to wait until they're 2 to get 15 hours. And even then, 15 hours isn't quite enough for some people.
So, for now, she's had to give up the job she loves and is working in the evenings as a cleaner. There might well be people watching who think, you decided to have 3 children. There's a kind of price that goes along with that.
Yeah.
Sacrifices are going to have to be made. Mm-hmm. Suck it up.
Most people that I know have changed. They've gone to part-time hours, or they've changed their working routine to fit the children's school hours. So I think we already change a lot. I don't think that we should have to change our profession as well.
Tiffany's experience is far from unique, according to the campaign group Pregnant Then Screwed and Mumsnet. They found that of the nearly 27,000 mothers who volunteered to take part in their survey, 40% work fewer hours than they would like because of childcare costs, while 43% have considered leaving their job because of the cost of childcare. Some children's development has slowed as a result of a lack of socialisation during the pandemic lockdowns. Jasmine's daughter is one of those affected, and Jasmine thinks her daughter would benefit from being full-time at the nursery.
If I could go back to work and I know could get affordable childcare, then I would go back to work, but we would be worse off her doing full-time because I can't afford it. I want my children to be proud and to be able to look up to their mum because I'm doing something with my life and I feel like I'm not doing that.
The survey by Pregnant Then Screwed and Mumsnet found that of the mothers who took part, 62% said the cost of their childcare was equal to or more than their rent or mortgage.
A lot of people would be better off working because we don't all want to be having money from the government and everything else. We do want to be able to stand on our own 2 feet and provide what we can for our children and our family.
Campaigners say that access to affordable childcare isn't just a women's issue. It's an economic one, because they say families don't work without childcare. Zoe Conway, BBC News.